YouTube! So this is a fun video that has been going around for years and it's pretty funny and I really like it, and it's YouTube made me buy it. Like, they actually put a gun to my head and made me do it. That'll be my excuse. So these are products that I have bought because I've seen people rave about them or talk about them and just felt like I needed them because everybody else was talking about it. And when going through, I have quite an extensive list of things here, but I feel like I have even more because I diligently research a lot of my products and I like to watch a lot of YouTube, and it makes me itch to buy things off of, just to buy makeup in general. So let's jump right into it. I feel like I should start with palettes because I have like a couple here that I need to talk about, and first one will be just Anastasia palettes in general. This is the Self-Made palette. I didn't get the World Traveler. There's not even anything like super interesting about this eyeshadow palette. Well, I really do like pink champagne, as you can see. But everybody raves about Anastasia shadows so much here on YouTube that I was like, I need to get these palettes. Like, now I feel like a jerk because I haven't gotten all the palettes, and I've been like started with Self-Made, and I have now the Modern Renaissance, which I love, but I can't create a full look with this eyeshadow palette at all. So, but everyone just like made me feel like I was missing out on the Anastasia train. Like, get on it, get on it, get on it. And I was finally like, okay, I'll do it. And I did, and this one's okay, but I really do like the Modern Renaissance palette. Next is obviously Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen. Obviously YouTube made me buy it. I bought it because it's a YouTuber, and I always feel like I need to support YouTubers. Even though she's a bajillionaire who doesn't know I exist, I can't say that this is my favorite palette in the world. I mean, it's pretty, but YouTube made me buy it. Similarly, everybody raved about the Stardust palette by Too Faced, and I do really like this palette. It was the Stardust palette with Vegas Nay, super pretty palette, and I really enjoyed it. It was actually on my favorites for 2015, but I haven't even really like reached for it that much. Everybody on YouTube was raving about it, and that's why I bought it. In general, this brand, don't know really sometimes why I keep buying from it, and it's because of YouTube. Lorac. Like, I bought all my Lorac palettes because everyone on YouTube has raved about these, and there's some of the shadows are so hit and miss, and they're so powdery and soft, but people rave about it all the time, and it's everywhere. Lorac, and it's okay. It's a very subtle brand. There's certain things I like about it, certain things I don't, but because it's so hyped up on YouTube, I'm always like, alright, I need to complete my collection. I need the Lorac Makeup Pro 3. I need the Lorac Pro 3. I need to complete this collection. And I do, and then I'm always like, Lorac shadows just aren't my favorite. Maybe one day I will figure out a better way that they are. Don't know. This mama. The Shade and Light eye palette. I actually got it as a gift. I asked for it. Worth all the hype. Definitely worth the hype. So the Shade and Light palette is amazeballs. I love the mattes. They're just so easily blendable, and this is just such a good palette to work with. You get like such big, like, ugh. I'm never gonna probably be able to use this up, even though I might hit pan on this color soon because I like it as a brow bone highlight, but great palette. Everyone still talks about it, as they should. This little guy, Emily Noel, I will credit her for this one, has raved and raved about the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette by Too Faced. And it's really pretty. It's a very warm tone palette. I don't reach for it a lot, but she was on the hype train of this palette. Like, it was showing up in like every video of hers for a while, and I was just like, okay, Emily, I will go get it. And I did, and I like it, but you know, I just got so many palettes to use. Lastly, the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. Obviously I bought this because I wanted to try the hype train that was Champagne Pop, as well as some Becca products, and Jaclyn Hill is a YouTuber, as you all know. And so YouTube obviously made me buy it because this is another YouTube collab, and everybody, including, well, obviously Jaclyn always talks about Champagne Pop, and this was kind of like a better bang for my buck way to get 2 highlighters and 3 blushes. The Hard Candy highlight in Tiki, I adore this stuff. It's a great subtle highlighter. I think it's amazing. Everybody talked about it for a while. It's supposed to be a bronzer by Hard Candy, but it's actually a highlighter. And I learned about it through YouTube and fell in love with it years ago when I bought it. Mine is broken. I love it. Great highlighter. Cushion foundations. Everyone jumped on the cushion foundation train. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. You guys have seen it everywhere. Not my favorite, but everybody talked about it. I just feel like the coverage isn't there, and I like light coverage, but this is like really light coverage. And everyone talked also about the Physicians Formula, but like I said, Physicians Formula only works on my skin 1 month out of the year. I don't know why I keep buying foundations from them. I think it's because I really like them, but this is their lightest shade, and it's just way too dark for me, which goes with every Physicians Formula foundation, and I don't understand why they just won't release more colors. But it's way too dark, but everybody was like all hopping on the cushion foundations last spring, so I felt the need to try them, and they're whatever. Oh my goodness. These freaking handle brushes, these little like shower head brushes, mine need to be cleaned so bad. I love them. These are like a generic one that I bought off of Amazon. They were like $19 for a set. The face ones are amazeballs. I really enjoy them, and these were like super cheap. Everybody talks about like the $300 ones, but the oval brushes are definitely hyped up on YouTube, and that's how I found out about them. And then I was watching Casey Holmes use them, and they just looked so good, and I was like, so now I have them, and I am glad I have them. Good hype up. Everybody back in the day was on the MAC Studio Fix Fluid foundation train. Hated it the second I got it. Broke me out so bad, but this was everybody's favorite, and it's just, it didn't have a pump, and everybody hated that, but it was all you could hear everywhere you turned on YouTube was MAC foundation, MAC foundation, MAC foundation, the MAC Studio Fix Fluid foundation, and I ended up hating it, and I bought it when I was like a freshman in college, and I was super poor, and I still bought it. This sucker, I really got suckered in Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, because when it was first released, I was like, it's water, I'm never buying that. And then time went on, and like years went on, and people were like, oh my god, it's amazing. I was like, one day just in the store, and I'm like, you know what, everybody loves it so much. There has to be something redeeming about it, and there isn't. It's literally exactly what I thought it was. It's goddamn water in a bottle. Like, what are the ingredients of this? They don't even list it on here, probably because it's like, this has nothing in it. This water is infused with electrolytes. It's freaking water. Like, why did I just not listen to Past Meg? Past Meg. You YouTubers selling me your water. Likewise, the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe, Herbs, and Rose Water. Everyone's like, it's so refreshing, it's so great. It is. I really like it. I really think this is like a very natural thing to spray on your face to liven it up a little bit, as opposed to some of the other ones which feels super chemically to me, but everybody was on this train, and that's what made me jump on something that's like look at like how like generic, like the packaging and stuff is not what's drawing you into this. I had to hear it from somewhere else to be drawn to it. Likewise, I really want to get the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation because everybody raves about it, but the same thing with the Hourglass Vanishing Stick Foundation. Everybody raved about this, and I think it deserves it. I really love it, but you really can't turn anywhere without everyone really loving the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation and this, and now recently the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. Stick foundations have really come to their own on YouTube and into fruition of being super hyped. So I did try it, like I said, I really do like this. I really want to try the Makeup Forever one because everybody raves about that, like Nikki Tutorials and everybody. But yeah. I have the Hourglass one, love it, and I would try the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. It just doesn't have as much hype. It's because some people don't like it. I recently got this Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. This was in Emily Noel's like yearly favorites, and a couple people have just been raving about the Makeup Forever primers like all over when they first came out, so I had to try it, and I really do like it. It deserves the hype. Two concealers. First is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. There was a while where you couldn't turn anywhere without seeing everybody rave about this, and I really do like it. And likewise, the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. This is like a YouTube phenomenon. Everybody goes nuts about this, and it's not even my favorite. I'm not a huge fan, but I have used it. As you can see, it's like dispensed out, but yeah, everybody's on this train, but not my fave. There was also a while where you couldn't turn anywhere without hearing about the Wet n Wild contouring palette because it's so cheap. This is the one in, I think it's Dolce, no, not Dolce de Leche, because that's the really like, oh, it is Dolce de Leche. I forget what the like warmer toned one is. deserves all the hype in the world. This is such a cheap, wonderful contouring powder. It's the one I'm using right now, and I really like it. I really do. Cheap, wonderful. Thank you, YouTube, for pointing me to it. Just a brand in general that has been blown up in the YouTube sphere and social media. It took it by storm, and I would have never even heard about this brand unless it was for the social media storm that it caused, and that is ColourPop. Come on, guys. How else would you? I saw a couple things in ColourPop on Instagram, and then everybody, I remember exactly. I was watching a lesser known YouTuber, God, I can't remember her name, and she was wearing the lippy stick in Aussie. And I thought it looked beautiful on her, and I had to have it, and I would just keep checking, and I was like, don't do it, don't buy it. And then I did. And the lippy sticks are okay, but the metallic eyeshadows, thank God I found them. These are game changers for me in the makeup world. These are so awesome. Like, this one is in the color Telepathy. I'm pretty sure this is like from the Kathleen Lights collection, and it's just beautiful. Like, look at how metallic it is. And then literally you barely have to, like, it's crazy how good these are. They're so metallic, they're so beautiful. There's just so much to love about them, to be honest. I love them to death. So yeah, ColourPop, thank you for coming to me through YouTube world. So everything you're doing, ColourPop does a lot of like promoting through YouTubers. You did everything right, because that's what brought me to your brand. Last but not least, this sucker, my dirty old Real Technique sponge. This, I've never tried a beauty blender because I really like the Real Technique sponge, and I wouldn't have known that it was a dupe for the beauty blender without my YouTube community. This got so much hype, everyone said it was just as good as a beauty blender, and I still want to try a beauty blender because I'm sick in the goddamn head and I feel like there's going to be a difference, but probably not. But everybody says that this is sometimes better than the beauty blender, so it's saved me some money here and there, especially because you really have to replace these pretty often. Like, I like to get a new one every like 3 or so months. Not even because I'm easily grossed out, because I'm not, guys, I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not easily grossed out by like old makeup and stuff like that, but just because they kind of like, I feel like they don't work as well, and then like the center starts to hold on to like makeup and such, and I feel like it's the same with the beauty blender, and you know, you just don't want to use it that much. Like, this is something that like absorbs oils on your face and stuff like that, so that can get a little weird, you know? But yeah, YouTube brought me to this sponge. Guys, that was my YouTube made me buy it video. I'm sure I have plenty of other things that YouTube made me buy, and I will make a video at a future date because YouTube's gonna make me buy a lot more things, unfortunately. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have an awesome night. Bye!